Irving.
There, and really a tough.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Irving. Smith's got his first basket of the night.
But he came back in a big way.
Now here's Randolph. Good work. Irving up top, covered by Conley. On the wing, James.
He said, this is home. This is where I belong. And look, he's helped establish this team as a power in the Western Conference. And for me, this is...
Irving against Allen. The reverse. And Allen with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen. Conley against Irving. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Smith the pass to Irving. Clock at 6. Again, Irving missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
There's the screen. Barnes against Millsap. They need this. That one a little long.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Now here's Irving. He had 16 points. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the 3, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And, you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 and made threes per game, but they actually led the NBA and made threes per game after the trade.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Lance Stevenson comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Chalmers in for Mike Conley. And that one's good by Stevenson.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice. And they'll move forward and find fashion from here.
And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the 3 department. I mean, makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space.
That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Stevenson's got his second basket of the game.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers on that feed.
Left side, Irving. And stolen by Chalmers. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Here's Stevenson, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Allen against Irving. Thompson, a screen on Allen. Here's Irving. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Tony Allen. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. And it's Green missing. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Shoots it up. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Stevenson with it. He's picked up by LeBron. They double hit with James. Stevenson dishes to Green. Tries from 10. Again, the miss by Green.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Stolen by Chalmers. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cavaliers lead by 9. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talk. One big reason why not them is what happened to Conley. Greg losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. They've got LeBron James. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Mo Williams. Then it's Mozgov, and it's Splitter in at the 4.
See, the defenders are afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
And Chalmers kicks to right, and it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Gasol comes in for Wright, and Allen subbed in for Mario Chalmers. And then for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Millsap comes in for Splitter, and Irving subbed in for Williams. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on them in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Randolph rejected by Millsap, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Cleveland leading by 13.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
Irving passes to Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Can they get it? And it's laid up and in by Conley.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Allen dishes to Gasol. Conley with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Randolph kicks to Conley. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Clark, thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant starter, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. The Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared, but he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard.
Here's Irving. Some solid defense from Randolph.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Nobody near Barnes. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Outside Irving. Millsap sets the pick for Irving. Up and in on the layup. Irving's got 9.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Conley against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. J.R. Smith's checked in for LeBron. Allen outside. Baseline J on the way. That is good. Allen's got his first 2 points.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Randall.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Conley. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 16 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Millsap a screen. Irving kicks to Millsap. Shot clock at 5. Another 3 for Cleveland.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass. And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Green, he's checked in for Memphis. Chalmers comes in for Michael Conley. Then for the Cavaliers. Millsap against Stevenson. Millsap passes to Thompson. It's rebounded by Memphis.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Williams against Chalmers. Green with a screen on Williams. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Plenty of space. Thompson with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Chalmers against Millsap. Memphis shooting their 4th and the foul line in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And time now to go courtside. Sends you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
LeBron, you dominated the backboard.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, your thoughts? And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Memphis. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot.
In a league that's becoming more and more pick and roll oriented, Zach Randolph is more of a throwback, if you will. I mean, he likes to back his man down and battle for those offensive rebounds.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Oh, I love the power forward. Zach Randolph always seems to carve out space, the space he needs to play well.
Yeah, he's unorthodox but extremely gifted. A nice blend of physicality with high skill level, especially when you talk about shooting the ball.
And the second free throw, good.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Outside Gasol. They get a hand on it. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Irving leading the charge. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Outside Irving. A 3 ball. That drops. Irving's got 12 points in the game. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Well, Memphis loves the grit and grind mentality of this Grizzlies team. We all know that. They are at their most fearsome, I think, right here in the Grindhouse.
No doubt about it. Some names just stick, and everyone here knows when you say Grindhouse, you're talking about the FedEx Forum. Memphis so strong in this building.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And it's Conley penetrating. Pass to Randolph. Good work defensively by Smith.
Well, I tell you, last year, guys, the Grizzlies lived up to the nickname of the Grindhouse. Top 5 defense here at home, and a lot of close wins that could have gone either way, but they grinded them out.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. One-on-one fast break with the floater. And yes, sir, that one drops. 14 points for Kyrie Irving.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And it's Randolph penetrating, and the rejection by Smith.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
And those close wins and that blue-collar attitude is really what helped Memphis get to a 31-10 record here at home. I mean, good for second-best home record in that very tough Western Conference.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Down low, there's the screen. Randolph can't hit.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
On the wing, Irving. Covered by Conley. Here's Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Left side, Gasol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
Nobody near Irving. And again, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, what a play right there. Got his man tumbling to the floor, and then the balance to knock it down.
Unbelievable move. Rush hour handles supreme right there.
For Memphis, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
1:27 left in the third. On the wing, James. Leaner from distance. Randolph grabs the board.
Well, he used his body well to lean around the defender. It's always going to be difficult to convert that shot, though.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Count that one.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 17-5 run here. Irving with the ball. 18 points for him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Takes the turnaround Jay, and there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Barnes. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go. Outside Irving. Mozgov a screen on Conley. Conley against Irving. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 10 points for Millsap.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this hot.
Yeah, they've taken it up a notch, Clark, looking very confident right now.
Gasol a screen. Here's Randolph, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Cavaliers leading by 22. On the court for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Irving at the point guard position. This one for 3. No good. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
They set the pick down low. Here's Stevenson, and it's sent back by Irving.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
Up top right, he's covered by Thompson. Green, the screen. 5 to shoot. Allen kicks to Chalmers. Off target from outside. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Irving against Allen. Outside Irving. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Irving's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And for Memphis, they're shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Allen drives in. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. And it's Thompson with the jam.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Allen dishes to Green. Here's Wright. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Carter comes in for Tony Allen. And it's Jordan Adams in for Mario Chalmers. Jones for 3. And Wright pulls it down. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Carter, the best to Adams. The 3. The Grizzlies with another miss. Cleveland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Irving for 3. And Wright pulls it down.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Adams with it, guarded now by Irving. Here's Carter, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
The Cavaliers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. The screen from Thompson. The shot's good from Irving.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. James against Stevenson. There's the pick.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon. And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
He is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
Greg, as you said, the NBA schedule was something that needed change. Players were getting worn out with all the back-to-back games, Clark. It's you've been through it and you know firsthand.
And it's not just the back-to-back games, Kevin. It's the 4 games in 5 nights or the 7 in 10 days. The league office knows the NBA is at their best when teams are rested. And kudos to the league for doing something about it.
Adams against Irving. Millsap a screen. Shot clock at 6. Irving. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Splitters checked in for Thompson. Mozgov comes in for Paul Millsap. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. And the first one at the line is good.
And the Grizzlies, guys, a powerful post-play team. Mike Conley, though, is still the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he may be the most underrated point guard in our league. His quickness and ability to penetrate the lane brings a great balance to their offense. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And looking at the arc of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year, so this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series against the Grizzlies.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Irving. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And another miss by Cleveland. Here's Conley. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time.
His first personal foul.
First one falls for him.
Penalty situation. At the line for your Grizzlies, Michael Conley.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.